Hello, welcome to another live stream. Today, I messed up, so y'all get to see me fix my mistake. Today's a simple thing that most every lab has to do is fix retainers. Sometimes you get retainer switching, color switching going on, and that's exactly what happened on Friday. I thought I was doing very good, and I found out that on Sunday morning I was going to church, and there's a orthodontist that is on my way to church. So my church is like 40 minutes away, and I went to pack up these cases, and I put these retainers in here in the case pans, and I went with the number and the name that's printed on the retainer, and then I went to try to put the retainers on them, and they didn't fit. And I was like, that's interesting. So I think what happened was, I don't know if you can see over here, maybe right here, this one. So maybe you can see over here, whenever I go to paint separator, I line them up front to back. And so whenever I grab one, I'll scoot the other one forward in front of the fan. So I think that's what happened, is I mixed them up somehow, and I don't know how I did that. But today we're going to go over what do you need to do to fix this, and it's pretty simple. It's kind of time consuming a little bit, so not time consuming. It's a pain in the butt after you've already done all the things start to finish. But if oopsie, broken. So this model needs this color, and this model needs this color. So I need to strip off the acrylic, and I can reuse the wires because they're still in good shape. But before I do that, I need to go ahead and prep these models. And I've already got it marked on here. And I'm going to go ahead and mark again so that I know this is for my pan 205. And this is for my pan 204. So don't mix those up, Cade. So you can see kind of they're similar mouths. They're in pretty close to the same pan. But what you have to do is you're just going to have to re-prep your model, just like you're doing the acrylic all over again, because, well, you're doing the acrylic all over again. Now, I did notice on this one, I cracked this model. I don't know if you can see that crack? So I got to fill that in, and it's still together. It's not anything bad. It's just, and then that cusp tip cracked a little bit, and this cracked a little bit here. So I'm going to put some wax on that, just so that acrylic doesn't seep down in there and get lodged, and I can't get the retainer off. So I am just waxing out the areas like I normally do, and I'm gonna get my knife here. Hopefully, is this my good knife? No. There we go. I'm just going to clean out some of this stuff. Now what do I do with my separator? Here we go. Put a few drops on here. Paint this. I'm painting all over again. As you can see, I tend to get acrylic everywhere. And I will put that on my fan right there. And then I'll just get right back to prepping this other one. This one, there were some gouges. There are some gouges here from where I'd stuck my knife in the I gouged out some. So I got to fill those in. Now, this is one good thing about 3D printed models, is they're pretty resilient, whereas a plaster model or something will it will break a lot easier. Now that's also the downfall of this is most likely if your retainer's stuck on the model, you're going to break the retainer before you break the model, which is what you don't want to do. But you know, if you end up having to redo something like this, then you know the model's pretty good. Just cleaning up some of this wax. We'll be filling that in with wax because I use undercut wires. Ooh, I took off too much there. So fill this in right here. And add some separator. Paint a nice thin coat. I go ahead and paint everywhere. I gotta go find these case pans and make sure I get the right case pans in there. Let's see here. I'm trying to do something here. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Go back. And here. And so let me go get those case pans real quick, and then I will be right back. Okay. Well, I'm missing a case pan. Where in the world is my other case pan? Okay, I got one. I have no idea where the other one is. I can't do this without the other one. That is not cool. What in the world did I do with that? I don't know what I did with that. Oh, that's weird. So this one is that one. Okay. So this is pan 204. See, I'm about to mix them up again. What am I? 205 right here. 204. Where's 204? Oh, right here. Oh, that's what. So this pan I have. Thought I was being super slick. It's got an upper and a lower. So I've already done the lower, and it's right here. And this is a gold color. It is super ugly. And as you can tell, I was teaching my son Beckett how to pumice, and he's almost there. Almost there. You can see there's some here, but so it works out because I got to redo them anyway. So there we go. All right, so that one's dry. One more coat, and then we will move over to the trimming box, and I will show you how I strip this acrylic off these wires without damaging the wires. A lot of you that are longtime contributors, watchers to my channel. Oh, this wasn't dry yet. I shouldn't have painted this. Well, I've been watching my channel for a while. You already know what I use, but I will reveal the secret in a second. So what I'm going to do is take these case pans with me over there, and as I take the wires off, I'm going to put them in the case pan that they go with, and that way I keep them together. So when you're switching two of these, so 204 is supposed to be green. It was in the blue one, and then this one 205. See how confusing this is? Was supposed to be blue, so that one goes in this one. So whenever I strip these off, I'm going to dump them right back in the pan, and then we should be ready to go. Let's switch to the other camera. Do I have it? Oh, here we go. Oh, Amy, hello. No hat today. Oh, I guess I do have a hat. I can put it up. I still have my hair done from the church. So, get into what kind of separators do you recommend? There is an official separator, official model separator. It's called Siliform from Tri Group Technologies. Tri Group, Google them. Tech. They have an official model separator, but I use an acrylic to acrylic separator. It is called Part All, and it's from JBC and Company. Part All party. So it's not designed for 3D printed models, but since 3D printed models are resin, pretty much they're already resin. The photopolymer resin or whatever, I use acrylic to acrylic separator, works just great. Now the Tri-Group technology, the Siliform, look, I've heard works great. Now, it's like $250, right? Whereas this is like 16 bucks. So you can go to JBC and Company and you can buy that there. Good thing you have their name on them. And that's the weird thing. I do have their name. You can't see it because of all the wax that was supposed to be removed. I did have my name on them. But since I switched the models, the name with the wrong color went with the name with the wrong color. So the name doesn't match the name on the model. So that was another clue. But yeah, that way you can definitely tell, is this who this is? But one time I did do I put the wrong name in the wrong retainer one time, and man, I feel bad for the doctor. She got chewed out by the mom because the mom thought her daughter was getting someone else's retainer, and the doctor had to explain to her, no, this is the right retainer, it's just got the wrong name. It fits her mouth. It just, because this won't fit any other person's mouth. And that mom was like, I'm going to leave a bad Google review, and I'm going to blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, listen, Doc, let me replace that for free. And that way we both don't get bad reviews. But one of the benefits of owning a lab, you don't deal with the public. So, Mahela, my mom got arrested 2 weeks ago with DUI medication. She had a neurotic sleeping med. I'm so mad. Oh, she could have killed her family. Oh my gosh. So was D under influence alcohol. It was a sleeping med. Oh, I've heard some sleeping meds are bad. They'll sneak up on you. Oh man, I'll be praying for your family. That's rough, man. Mahela, I feel bad. I'm going to be a convict in honor of my mom. Don't do that. Be the opposite in honor of your mom. That's what your mom would want. So let's go. Let's get trimming, stripping let's go get stripping. That's not coming out right. Let's go strip this acrylic and do that. Go. Okay, it would help if I switched the cameras. I never did switch the cameras. Here we go. That one. Okay. So what you're seeing in this picture this is what I use. It's a brush mounted stainless steel 3/4 inch. I'm going to go ahead and use a brand new one. If I can get this box open. What in the world? What kind of blocking mechanism? Okay, here we go. So it's a stainless steel bristle brush. It's got these tiny little stainless steel bristles. You can also use a regular, it's horsehair. They make one with horsehair. It's just called a regular bristle brush. This will cut through acrylic like butter, and it will not damage the wires. In fact, it does a really good job polishing wires. I'm going to turn on the suction because this produces a lot. Now, if you're fixing a retainer that's been in someone's mouth, you're going to want to disinfect that sucker because it is going to be nasty. It's going to smell bad and everything, so you're definitely going to want some suction. Let me see if I can get this centered. So what I usually do is I will, so these have undercut wires. These are the undercuts. And I'm going to peel this off. I don't know if I get enough of it off of there. There we go. All right. I'm going to put this over here. And I kind of lay them out in the position they're in. Transfer them to the case pan in the position they're in. That goes in the front like that. So, like, see, it's like this. Let me zoom in a bit. Maybe I can get a good shot of this stripping mechanism. So you're just lightly touching. Just uncovering. Now I'm doing from the tissue side, mainly because the wires are closer to the tissue side than the tongue side. There we go. See how oh, don't lose the wire. So you see how nice and shiny that is. Put that up front. Now let's work on this other side. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna have to do a new name. Because I just cut through this one. There we go. So that one goes in the front. This one will go into the back. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Well, I didn't uncover all of it right here. I really hope that's not blurry. It kind of looks like it is. Alright, so I have my layout here. I'm going to take my case pan and I'm going to lay it in my case pan in that same order. Because with these, usually with like Adam's clasp, ball clasp, depending on what type of acrylic tag you use, you can tell which way goes on which side and which side doesn't. Now I'm going to keep this in. Usually when I'm doing a repair, I will keep this. So this does look blurry, doesn't it? Probably because it's shaking. Okay, I usually will put this in the case pan to remind me of what color I need to put, and then that way I'll do the color again. But this case, it's the wrong color. All right. So let's try and do a quicker job of this. I'm just going to uncover it as much as I can and pull it out. Now this is what we call an internal remake or repair. We're not really remaking it because we're reusing the wire, but we are redoing the acrylic. So this is a internal acrylic redo, because the good thing is we caught it. I caught it before I packed it up and sent it out, and then I get one of those calls back from the doctor's office like, hey, we got one that's the wrong color. It fits the mouth, but color, and I'm like, oh dang. So those that are listening and you have your own lab or work in a lab, let me know. What's your number one internal remake? Is it this acrylic color or wrong design? Not a design, but the doctor asked for an extra ball clasp and you didn't do it. Okay, I got them all straight off. And I'm just going to lay them back in the case pan in the order that they go on to the model. And that way, there's no second guessing. And that's mainly because of these undercuts. Usually I'll just throw all the wire in here and I can figure out. So you can see I have them laid in there. See that? This is terrible. Time to get a new one. All right, I'm carefully coming back with these models. All right. Okay, So we are back to here. Let me turn off that thing real quick. And now we begin the assembly process. Let me clear my throat. Oh, my halo. My privacy was not respected by my mother. Oh, this is terrible. Funny that we were a strict Mormon family. Yeah, that's everybody keep Mahela in your prayers tonight, because she looks like she's gonna need it. We pray for you, Mahela. Thank you for letting us know and that you're having a hard time. I hate to see that. But looks like you've been through a lot. And you're tough, and you can work through this. Amy. Okay, I have a crazy question. On vacation, my retainer holder fell on the bathroom floor in my room at the resort. They fell out of the case. What's the best way to disinfect them? Depending on soap, like Dawn soap, like hand soap, and a toothbrush, and just scrub it down real good. You can put them in hydrogen peroxide. They do make you can go to CVS or Walgreens or something, you can get a denture cleaner. It's like an effervescent thing, and you can put them in there and I'll disinfect them. But I think just, I've also heard soaking them in isopropyl alcohol, maybe rubbing alcohol for like 5 minutes or something like that would kill off whatever's on there. But what I've heard is like good Dawn soap or disinfectant soap with a toothbrush. You can scrub it under running water. Yeah, luckily they didn't break. Oh, there you go. Mahela says hydrogen peroxide is disinfectant. So she's thinking the same thing. Happened about 2 years ago. Oh, you're talking about from before. Yeah, for an eye, tooth for a tooth. That's how I look at it. Well, that they do say that in the Bible. So let's move on to the next thing. And all right, so we're gonna put these back on the model, and we are gonna start with. So I have my case pans here, right, and I have my models here, and they've been painted twice. I'm gonna put a third coat on this one because I think I painted it a little too soon. And then maybe by the time I load this one up. So this is pan 205. Cade, switch these two. See, look what I'm doing. And then I'm going to look at the name. And then I'm going to look at the name. And we match. Let me double check. Starts with a W. Yes. Okay. So I have this on here. So let's just start with something easy and go with the labial bow. Now this should just drop right in. Oh, it did not. Sometimes during the process of whenever I was QCing it, I'll tighten these up with these embedded in the acrylic, which will, if you take them out of the acrylic, they'll bind up, or they'll not lay back down because I tightened them. You'll find that whenever you repair one that you happen to drop on the floor of the resort that breaks, if the doctor has done a lot of bends in it so that it does its, he or she's trying to make your teeth look nice and stay where it stays tight, you'll notice these things will bling, it'll spring off. So I'm going to just wax these back on. Wax these back on. You know what I'm missing? I'm missing some music, aren't I? Let's get some good chill music in here. Let's try this one. Yeah. And let's mute it so I don't hear it because it'll throw me off. Let me know if it's too loud or anything. Yeah, this labial bow does look too high, doesn't it? Back to comments. Okay. Too high. My labial bow. Yeah, labial bow too high. Lower it a bit. Yes, it is. Now, what I can do is lower it. Yeah, let me go ahead and fix that. What I can do is leave it like that, especially if there's not labial acrylic, and leave it for the QC, and it's a real quick bend. Sometimes I find it's a little easier to bend when the acrylic's on it, because it'll hold the wires for you. There we go. Boom. There we go. Lowered it. It's a little high on this side, but I can fix that post retainer. So let's get those other ones in here. Now, if I have these right, they should just drop in. I'm going to put a little bit of wax. So you can't tell, but I've grooved out. There's probably a video I've done on these undercut wires before. And what I do is I take a burr and I'll undercut just a little bit between the teeth. And then that wire pokes in that little undercut that I made. And so then the doctor has something to, this way nothing crosses over the occlusion. And they don't have to bite on anything. Kind of like how wraparounds work. There we go. See, it helps whenever I line up everything after I strip off the wires. There we go. So then I just use pink wax to hold it in. Oh, yay! Labial bow's perfect. Thank you. Sounds good. Not sure what you're talking about, Amy, but it's probably some of my jabbering. There we go. Get this in there. The crazy thing is I gotta deliver these early in the morning. See, I was supposed to save a trip by delivering it. I don't like how that's flared up. You see how that's flared up right there? Look how high that is off of the mouth. Let's see if I can do it this way. Yeah. I think I need to put a bend right about here. And then that should flatten that down. There we go. Push that back into place. And now, well, now it's touching the gums. Let me pull that back just a bit. There we go. I'm gonna put a little backwards bend here to kick that out. There we go. So now it's just a little bit, barely touching. Yeah, and that one is off a little bit. Off the tissue, I mean. So now let's put this other undercut wire in. And oh, Amy, you're talking about the music. Sounds good. Okay. I just realized that. Sometimes I'll get to talking where I get talking a lot, and then I get to futzing with something, and I lose my train of thought, and there's silence, and so I might as well have a little entertainment so it's not too boring. All right, so this is ready to go, ready for acrylic. Like that. All right. Oh, double check. So, pan 205 goes in pan 205. So, you see that. 205 goes in 205. Now, we'll grab 204 pan. Grab this, and it looks dry. Okay. That's good. And we'll go back to here and do the labial bow. And I definitely wanted to change this person's color because they chose royal green and gold. And so royal green on top and gold on the bottom. And then that way, it sounded like they're doing their school colors. Some kids like to do their school colors. You know what I haven't have done in a while? And it's funny because my channel name is Retainer Designer. I haven't done a acrylic design in a while. I just do not have a color chart out there. When I get done with this, y'all remind me, I'm going to show you Chris Gajewski's color chart. He's spent 30, 40 years designing it. And he's got designs on there. Okay. So I'm just heating that back up with my waxing pin, whatever, soldering iron thingy. And then adding some, because I want to block out the acrylic from getting into that hole I made. And also it blocks out a little finger tail thing that the doctor can then adjust and engage in the undercut. Okay. Yeah, okay, music sounds good. Okay, thanks, Amy. Mahela, sorry for venting. Hey, I get it. Sometimes you gotta vent. I know I have an in-house lab lady that texts me she calls me, and we talk about cases that are due and stuff, and then she starts venting, and then I start venting. We vent to each other. So sometimes you just gotta have a place to vent. So my Romanian effed up so much. Oh. Romanian. Oh, that's cool. Ugh. My shirt's so dirty. Okay, putting in the next one. Oh, that's made that kind of long. Probably why I moved it forward a bit. And then the back one. And I have repaired these before. And then I've switched the colors again. And usually it's just one of those things where the mouths look similar, the names are similar, the pan numbers are similar. It's just, we do everything we can to prevent this. But if you're not paying attention, and I could have easily got distracted by somebody or something, or I was watching a YouTube video while I was working, which is, a no-no. And I just grabbed the wrong case pan for the model. So I got 204, and I'm going to put it in 204. I'm putting it in 204. All right, now I need to make names for these. And I have my name maker Majibble here. And I can't, please don't tell me the battery just died. Okay. Clear, text only. Now my wife, she usually does these on the my wife usually does these on the computer. So she has one of these that connects to the computer. And so she can type it using her keyboard. But if I needed to make a name real quick, I can do it chair side or, right beside where I work. Usually I just pull this into my lap when I'm over in the acrylic unit and do it there. All right, so let's do this one, E, and print, and print. And so then that'll print here, and I'll cut that off. And then I have a pair of scissors here. Now I'm not zoomed in, and that's just so you can't see the patient name. These are actual real cases that I'm working on. And so I cut this down like this. And then I have it on my thumb. Can you see that? You can't see that. I see it, like I said, I can't zoom in. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it on the case pan. Again, I'm matching it up with the name here. And I take these, and this is where my wife puts them, and I put it on this little metal thing. So it's stuck to here. So in the state of Texas, we got to put a name in every retainer. And this is something that you can charge the doctor for. The doctor, it's up to the doctor to make sure it's in the retainer when he or she delivers it. But I usually just include it. It's easier to put it in when the acrylic's wet than not. So this one, I'm going to clear that one. P. Now I do have a link to this printer. I think down below in the description, an Amazon link, which, if you buy, they shift a few pennies my way, and you don't get charged extra or anything. So you see, you can do these pretty quick once you get the hang of it. And so I have my name, and I'm going to put it on my. And I just lost that forever. No, it's still stuck to my finger. Okay, good. And I'm putting it on the right one. And I'm actually looking at the lower one now. Okay, it's got the right one. So now we're ready for acrylic. Oh, no Pete tonight. Yeah, Pete's not feeling good. He's molting. He's mangy Pete right now. So yeah, he's mangy Pete right now. He doesn't feel good. And of course, it's dark right now, and so he's already roosting. So doing these late Sunday night ones, we're not going to get much Pete. But Mahela lived in an orphanage there for the first 2 years of my life with a heart murmur. I had a heart murmur, and so did my son had a heart murmur. So you're at an orphanage in Romania. It's like a storybook. You might grow up to write a pretty good autobiography or a good movie about your life and what you've overcome. So keep a diary, keep a journal. You should number your case pans further apart. Well, they're not sequential order. You're perfectly right about that. Usually, I don't get them in sequential order. They're mixed up all in my lab. So I'm looking at one right now, a stack of them, and it's 212, 201, 214, 218, 143, 127. So they're not. It just so happened these were sequential and very close to each other in the number. So yeah, that's a great idea. Now, you may not know this, but we number our pans. So these are gray. We have all different colors, and all the gray pans are in the 200s, and all the purple ones are in the 100s, and we have some teal ones that are in the 400s, and orange ones are in the 300s. Let me move a camera. Let's see if I can zoom in over there. I got to move this camera anyway. So this is the case pan shelf with my daughter's artwork on it. Then you can see all the 200s are gray and the 100s are these two types of purple, 400s are the teal. So we got some new black ones that are coming in, or we got in. We got another we got some pink ones. If you look over there, there's some pink ones. And so those pink ones are the 500s. So when we need to look for a case, what we do is we take so we'll look up the name and we're looking for a case and it'll say it's 205, right? And so then we know it's a gray pan. So we can disregard all the other pans when we're looking for 205, and then we can look at every single 205. So that makes it help a lot trying to find a case pan. So that's why we have sequential, but they usually don't come. This is just a fluke, and it backfired on me this time. Yeah, poor Pete. He's like lost his feathers around here, and he doesn't look that good. I'll show y'all, if y'all know what I'm talking about. Pete, he usually crows during my live stream. This is what he looks like in all of his glory. But yeah, he's losing his feathers, but he's doing better. He's about to get his new feathers in. My little sister and I got adopted, and 5 biological kids and parents would go on vacation. My little sister would get left behind. My mom's friend would yell at. Oh, that is not good. We usually do not enjoy staying there or have trauma over that. Oh, see, okay, you need a journal. You need to write this out, because this, and then, you know, you become the next president or something like that. You have a great book to write. I guess you weren't born in the U.S., but you are a citizen. I don't know. It might change. But let's switch the cameras over to acrylic and see if we can get the acrylics done correctly. So give me a second and let me set up that thing. All right. Zoom this out. There we go. And y'all have seen this 100 times. This is actually Luminary Blue is my first one. I already have it out. So let's do. I'm gonna clean this up a bit. Wet my whistle. Oh, I need a paper towel. I need 2 of them. Grab a paper towel. 1, 2. I like these Bounty towels. If y'all saw what I did, I had a whole bunch of acrylic stuff like this on here. And I usually like to put a fresh towel, paper towel, and I change it out every once in a while. All right, so double check. 205, 205, the name. Okay, we're good. Luminary Blue. I do not want to make the mistake of doing the wrong color again. So I put a layer of clear. I was looking over my shoulder, making sure y'all are seeing what I'm seeing. And then I put the name in the acrylic. And put the blue color. And I can see the remnants of green on here. The good thing was, these are the exact type of retainer. And so they have the same, I didn't have to rebend anything. You know, if one called for ball clasp, one called for Adams clasp, I'd have to, you know, rebend the clasp on each one. Doing the other side. So I tend to do my uppers in halves. And this would really, I was just, you know, talking about doing designs. This would really be heartbreaking if I did a design on one or both of these and ends up they were on the wrong patient. And so I'd be like, oh man. There have been some times where I've discovered, it happened last week or 2 weeks ago, I just plumb did the wrong color or something. I don't know what I did wrong. Again, I wasn't paying attention, and I didn't discover it until the UPS driver was on his way. I was QCing, and I was like, oh crap, these are the wrong colors. Well, I had to go ahead and send it. So I was like, okay. And then I texted the doctor's office in the morning. I said, listen, I caught it too late. If the kid wants it, the original color they asked for, let me know. I'll redo it for free. It's kind of, but she was nice. She was like, well, let's just see if they notice. I thought that was hilarious. I think some kids are real into the colors they want, and then some are not. They just like, just give me blue, I don't know. And you know, the assistant will pick for them. They could care less. I remember for a while there, black was really popular among kids, and pink was really popular among the boys. I don't know if they were just getting it out of irony or what. Okay. And I'm going to put this in the pressure pot. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put this up on the shelf and grab Royal Green way over here. You know, Amy, you were talking about, you know, suggestions of naming your pans different and stuff. Anybody watching the live stream or the recording of, you know, if y'all got any other tips, I love hearing them, of what y'all do to prevent things like this from happening in your own lab or the lab you work at. You know, do you you could even put, I don't know if you can see in the corner, you know, the case pane here, you could actually grab the thing and put them in here. Now this wouldn't have helped me in this case because I actually switched the models, but there should be checkpoints at every station. Everybody should be checking the name on the model. We also put the case pane number on the model, and you know, that way those match up. So case pan number and the name is on the model, and the name of the patient in case pan, or you know, is on the case pan. So usually if I do mess up, my wife who does the trimming, she'll actually find it. She'll find the problem first and let me know. And usually she's coming to me, she's like, sorry, I'm gonna ruin your day, but you did the wrong color. I'm like, crap. And usually it's a switch. If I do the wrong color, it's probably because I read turquoise instead of turquoise sparkle, and I did turquoise, which is a colored monomer, instead of a turquoise glitter. I'll do something like that. But if it's a completely different color, what I'll do is it'll clue me in. Hey, there's probably another one floating around that is a wrong color too, or is the correct color for the one I'm holding in my hand. So these are pretty easy to sprinkle, to do acrylic on. I feel like I need to beef that up a bit. Let me wet that down. This, and this cut. And scoop out all that guts. Is this the one I broke? Can't tell. Hopefully I waxed out all those cracks. For where I must have just cracked the model when I was taking this off the first time. There we go. All right, into the pressure pot. Now what I'm going to do, let me move this camera over and zoom out a bit. See if I can raise this. Can I raise this up? Nope. Can I raise this up? There we go. Many of y'all have seen this trick. I learned it from one of the bosses I used to work for. I have a coffee cup in here, and it keeps it out of the water until it gets its first set, and then I can dump it in the water. Now this is mainly for stone models, but I still do it with these. These, with the resin models, you can go directly in there, directly into the water, because there's really no bubbles that are trapped in the resin that we know of. Okay, let's let that do its initial set. And then we'll go into trimming. Those that want to hang out, I'll just go ahead and trim them and pumice them all on the live stream. I know again, I try to keep these at an hour, but this kind of took a little longer. Oh, I was going to show y'all this thing. Born in the USA, no pun intended, to be running for, that's right. Yeah, and you gotta be 35. But she could run for Congress. So, or be CEO of, of something. Camera frozen. Dadgummit. That stupid thing. All right. I wonder how long that was frozen. Sorry about that. I think what happens is it loses its connection with the Wi-Fi or something. So it's a wireless camera, and yep, there it goes. So what? That was frozen on the blue one. Did I do the green one? Oh, was it frozen the whole time? Ah, jeez. You should check the movie So Be It. Oh, okay. I have to write that down. So be it. Maybe you being actors. That's what. Yeah, there's a scene that makes me bawl every time. Ah, yeah. Oh, I don't like movies that make me cry. On purpose. Where was it? Oh, here we go. Now, remember how I talked about, I'm hoping to interview this guy soon. He's the founder of AOLP or ORG. It became ORG after his presidency, but that's where this hat came from. It's the Association of Ortholab Professionals. Anyway, he's owned the lab for years, but he's created his own color chart. So, and he's got rainbow and stuff like that. I like seeing the other labs stuff. So there's glitters, and then there's rainbows and the swirls and tie-dyes and stuff like that. Now he's got all these empty slots for ladybug and cow and stuff like that. So then as you do them, take a picture and you put them on your so this is color chart. So he said this is like a lamp. He prints it out. It's like a 4-page brochure, and then he also offers them to put it on the doctor's website so they can choose their color. So that goes along with this. So you know, the kid chose green or something for their retainer and they get a blue one, they're gonna get disappointed. So that's why it's good to catch these things whenever they're in the before they leave the lab. And then the doctors never know unless the doctor's watching this live stream and then, hi, hi doctor, how you doing? Okay. Just finished the blue one when it froze, so you completely missed the green one. It's so frustrating. Iliac, late again. It's okay because my camera froze. You just saw me do a blue one, so you completely missed the green one. That's the thing with that one. I think it freezes after so many minutes, and I got to reconnect it. So I wish there was like a button that you could do, and that's where Beckett would probably help my son. It would help actually with the live stream and go, hey, camera's frozen. But Iliac, good to see you again. I had to leave the Cowboy game early because I had it set up for this, but it wasn't looking good. Don't know what to say. If Steve Zara, you're watching this, kudos. Your Detroit Lions beat the crap out of the Cowboys. I don't even know what the final score was, but it wasn't looking good when I left. Anyway, Mr. Martinez, if that's why you were late, that's why. Oh, same here. Nice to see you. If you were watching the game over there in Tennessee, I get it. All right, let's pull out that blue one and see. I think I got this. And separate it. Boom. Okay. Hopefully is that frozen? No, okay. So this blue one should be done. Let me get a knife, a good knife. Some say the best knife. Where are my knives? There we go. And then I'm gonna take out the blue one. The green one y'all didn't even see because my camera froze. I'm gonna put that in the water. And then I'm gonna scrape this. And then I can't clear the wax underneath here, so they just gotta lift up. And then there's that acrylic separator. That did a great job. So then I'm going to pan 205. Put it in pan 205. And I'm going to put it over here. Now it should, from here on out, it should be perfectly done together. I'm going to go steam this real quick, so it's going to get loud. All right, and I wonder if that green one's done. Well, maybe we'll trim on that blue one first. Let's switch over to this one. And, well, I'll leave that there. Let's see, can I get this onto, let me zoom out and put it on my acrylic knockdown wheel. It's my aluminum oxide wheel. There we go. And let me see if I can get the filter working on this. Okay. Okay, I don't know. All right, I think we're good. Are we on the right? Yeah, okay. The light's not good, is it? See if I can get some better lighting in here. Well, that just blocks the light. That blocks the camera. I have such a hard time with the trimming box over here. Okay, turn on that. And I'm going to turn on the lathe. And I'm going to turn on the high speed. And then we're just going to trim the border of this. This is just a really coarse wheel. You do have to be careful with it because it will heat up your retainer and may warp it. Usually it's on the lowers. So then I'm just taking off the borders. The more I do here, the less I do with the handpiece. And then the more I do with the handpiece, the less I do with the sandpaper, and so on and so forth. I do like to get my thickness down. And I'm just testing the thickness of my fingers because I know what it feels. I know what it's supposed to feel like. Yeah, I need to thin it down a little more. Okay, I think I'm done with that. So let's move this camera over to my acrylic area. And I'm taking that, no, I'll leave it on because I do like to use this to clean up around the, well, where's the knife? Always missing a knife. Story of my life. I don't like to get wax in the bristle brushes here. So I like to clean up around the wires. That way I don't have to get very close to the wires with the next burr I'm going to use. And then, alright. And really it's only one. But you can see it's made of that wax I put in between the teeth and stuck the wire in that wax. It's made of a little void of acrylic. So these are actually little prongs that stick out. Is somebody in here? It's dark out. It's scared. Okay, so now I like to come in here with my acrylic burr. Get all these down to the same level. Level the front teeth. And I do that by looking at the gum line. And then I'll start smoothing. Well, I can start at the border and go up. And you see how much smoother it looks than what the aluminum oxide wheel did. If I want it real smooth, don't put much pressure. If you want to cut real fast, you can put more pressure, but again, it'll make it more rough. Put this on the model and check. There we go. Everything looks even. And I think it's ready for sandpaper. I'm going to clean up just a little bit. I like to have all these little interproximal points the same length. You can also run your finger. I should have already smoothed these tips of these undercut wires using one of these before I bent it. do that at my wire bending station. But you can do a little trimming with it on the model. But let's go to sandpaper. So this is what I call like my pre-pumice. So this will take out, this took out the scratches of the aluminum oxide wheel. Now this will take out the scratches that this burr made. And will expose any low spots or high spots. If anybody ever worked on a car, the sandpaper part, you really discover high spots and low spots and stuff like that. So there's like a low spot there. Let's see if I can get that all nice and evened around it. Okay, the more you do here, the less time it takes to pumice. And that is ready for pumice. So let's go get the green one. And I'm going to set this over here by the pumice. And I'm going to soak my wheel. I'll show y'all on the green one what I'm doing over here. That way I don't have to move cameras, or the frozen camera. So let me switch back to this one. You can see the leftover stuff from last Friday. I haven't cleaned it yet. All right, that should be, yeah, it's ready. So I'm gonna scrape off the sticky wax holding on the labial bow, and then just tease my knife up underneath. You can see the color change. You can see the air escape in there. There we go. So let's go steam it. I'll show you all that. Hold on. Okay, and so I've created a little, this is like a Tupperware storage box about the size of a shoe, and I've cut a little window, and so when I steam it, all the wax goes in there and coats the inside of that. Keeps my sink pretty clean. All right, so let's go back to here. I need to work on the thing. Let's see. Can I? Oh. Move this back to there. Where are you going? Go back. Here we go. Come on. Stay there. That'll have to do. Such a difference between these two mouths. One's got more of a spread out, flat mouth, and the other one is really deep, really high roof. I'll do my initial leveling of the teeth on each side. There we go. Come on, stay there. That'll have to do. All right, so let's go back to here. I'll show you all that. Hold on. 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 Hold on want to keep this as far away from your wires as possible. This thing will eat through a wire before you can blink. And then you're redoing the whole thing again. I'm lucky if that happens. My model turned out good. Or it's still good. Still in good shape. So that's one of the benefits of these digital models is if they lose their retainer, you know, they can just resubmit the prescription with the old scan of the mouth. So if none of their teeth have moved very much, then we can just use the original model, the original scan of when they got the braces off, which is really neat. Or if we do a repair, the model, when we reprint it, if you have to reprint it, the model is the exact model we made the retainer on. So everything fits back perfectly. Now, you'll know if you do repairs that if you use a plaster model and they re-impress and the mouth has moved and all that good stuff, it sometimes doesn't do very well. Okay, my camera's about to fall over. Hold on a second. Please don't fall. Ah. So again, you can tell I use these wire bristle brushes a lot. I just like that I can push, you know, just eat the acrylic away on that wire right there, and I don't have to get very close to it with the acrylic burr. And again, I want to even these up, and then we switch to the acrylic burr. Just checking it. It's got a weird little thick spot right there. I like this green. I don't know why it's reminding me of frogs for some reason. I was going to say I didn't trim it down far enough, but I don't think that's erupted all the way. Yeah. I may trim it down a little bit more. And I need to go down just a little bit more. And then they go down there. No, I think that's okay. This one didn't click on the model as well as the blue one did. Alright, time for sandpaper. Now this won't hurt the wire. I mean, it will if you just... You can flatten the wire pretty quick with this. So just stick and move, stick and move. Don't stay in one spot too long. Again, I'm just checking for hot spots, taking out all those cut marks that the last burr made, and then it's making smaller scratches that then the pumice is going to get out, and we'll get this all shined up. Okay, all right, let's move over to this camera. I'll put this over here with the pumice, and I'll take it's like a denture cleaning brush. Never been used on denture, don't worry. I just use it to scrub the models. Gets, the separator off, and any loose wax, any loose acrylic. And then behind this camera over here, I have a rack with a fan. As you can tell, I like using I'm a fan of fans. So let's get this set up. Let's see if I can get a better shot over here. So turn all this on. And I was soaking my wheel over here, and turn this on low. And here's the blue one I did from before. Oh, I need to wet my pumice. Good thing about this pumice substitute, it dries fast. And it's got an antimicrobial in it to prevent, this is wet. It could be perfect growth medium, but nothing grows in here because it's antimicrobial and it dries really fast. But that means you gotta wet it. So I like to work a pattern, so I'll work along the edges next to the teeth, and then along the border, like that, and then blend it all on the inside. And then I'll take it and move it around on the light. So I'm just looking at the reflection of the light, chasing it around with my eye, make sure there's no places that I've missed. And then on this side, I'll actually run a little bit, just a little bit, just in case there's like something sticking out that's gonna irritate the patient's mouth. Yep, I think I got it. If you do a good job on the sandpaper, the pumice will not take long. No, I'm not going in my order I usually do. And I do like little circles. You can't tell, but I'm trying to do circles. You don't want to keep running it the same direction. You'll even get pumice lines in there. So, and then keep loading the pumice up, because it's the pumice doing the work. Well, I mean, the wheel's doing a lot of the work, but the wheel itself will not do anything unless it's got the pumice against it. Again, I'm just checking. I see a little line there. See how I'm just kind of going all the way around it, different directions. Because if you just keep doing this all one direction, you'll get pumice lines. They'll be shiny though. They'll be like grooves, like a record, like a real smooth grooves. I'm just feeling it with my hands, make sure there's no sharp, pokey things. All right, let me rinse these. I'm gonna steam them. One last time. go over here. Let me just turn 180. There is the high shine wheel. Let me flip this up. Put a little high shine on there. And I'll just do the same thing I did. Do the border, then do the middle. Blend it all together. Do a little bit of the labial bow. It'll shine it up nice. And then we got a nice shiny retainer. Do the green one. Now if you see a scratch or something, you know, don't quit trying to chase it with the high shine. It's not going to take the scratch out. Just go ahead and go over to the pumice, re-pumice that area, and come rinse it off real good and come back. Now you want to make sure you rinse off all the pumice, because you will turn this into a pumice wheel and you'll never get shiny. And you want to make sure there's no wax at all. Wax will be your enemy over here too. And there we go. All right. Now, I usually put it in the ultrasonic, but since we are going on hour and a half. Whew, that was an hour and a half. Look, y'all are still here. My son I was making a milkshake, so that's why you were late. It's about a child and mother that has headache. The child has a gamble for money and medicine. Eventually, seen. Okay, yeah, that's sad. Next scene, she looks at herself in the mirror, gets lipstick, starts putting lipstick on her lips, and starts to cry, putting lipstick all over her face. Ooh, yeah, that seems like a rough movie. Iliac, I have the same curing pot, but I don't like it releases the air back into the lab. So I took out the filter and put an air hose straight. That's a great idea. That's a really good idea. Because I have my air hose coming in from the outside I can just drill a second hole and just do an air hose right back out. That is a great idea. Yeah, that filter, I don't really know if that does anything. The good thing is that, I have an exhaust fan right here, so it doesn't really, and I change the water pretty much on a daily basis, so the water doesn't get really fumey and stuff. But that's a great idea. I like that. There's a scene in that movie I can put it. Oh, I'll have to check it out. Me holding a turkey leg. Beg if you check out the movie, you'll understand what I'm saying. Okay, I'll check it out. I'll see if I can find it. Keep going if you want to. Okay, and I did. So let me find those models. And I'm gonna find the old colors so y'all can see exactly what I did. So these are the two models that we've been dealing with that I switched the colors. These were the colors I did. These are the ones I stripped off of the wires. So you can see that I made the switch. Let's see if I can get a nice clean shot of that. So you can see I made a mistake. So then if I take these off and put these on, I have now done the right thing. Now I can look under here I can look at the name that's on here, and then I can look on the name on here and match them up. And then 205 goes in 205 pan, and that goes in 205 pan. So let me show you all that little trick I was going to talk about. Let's see which one of these. This one. I don't like how that's really folded into the gums. Let me pull that out just a bit, just so it doesn't scrape the gums. So you see those little bends I did with the acrylic already on it? It's a lot easier. And what the doctor will do is she'll take these, let's see, these little things, and then she can adjust them. You point them down or up. She can just grab them with her pliers and move them around and really engage in the undercuts in here. So this one, I probably need to bring it down just a bit, and I'm just going to grab it here and grab it right here. You can see it pushed it down a bit and made it a little tighter, which is good. All right, so that is it. That's the old switcheroo. Let's see what we got comments going in before we leave. You don't use Triple E exactly. I don't. Triple E is a good high shine. This is from JBC and Company. I don't know where she gets it from, but I find it better than Triple E. Or Fabuluster. Do you use Triple E and then Fabuluster? Fabuluster is a good one. So I just use one stage, and it's this one. And it's on her website. If you look under finishing and polishing, you'll find JBC's best ever afterglow high shine. The filter just got clogged. Missing the comma there. I use Triple E before high shine. Now, yeah, so I was saying I just use that one step, and I'm pretty happy with the way it makes I get a pretty good gloss. But I think you can get an even deeper gloss if you use that two-step method. But I'm assuming you have to use two different wheels. You're the acrylic guy. I should do that. I do see the switch. You see where I messed up, don't you? Okay. That block will last after. It will. I think my last one lasted over. Oh, creepy girl. You scared? Come in here. I look through the window and I see this girl with a white wig. Oh. Did I hurt your teeth? I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, that creeped me out. Yeah, that block will last me a lot. She sent me a sample. I'll try it. So yeah, I just use it one step. I'll go pumice straight to that. Yeah, I just hit her in the mouth. She's got braces on. She's got an ortho appointment tomorrow, so brush those teeth good tonight. But okay, we will end it there. Thank y'all for hanging out for so long. Almost an hour and a half long thing where we switched the colors on these two. So now here's my new thumbnail. She's sneaking in. Do you remember, y'all saw the expander I made for her, right? With the different colors. She doesn't wear it. Yeah, have a great night, everyone. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm going to say, I don't have my cup that says happy bending. I'm getting bad. I think I took it inside. It's being washed. Yeah, I saw it. Okay. Okay, well, we will end it there. Thank y'all so much for tuning in and hanging out with me tonight. And me and Sybil with her wig for her Halloween costume. All right, we'll end it there. I'll see y'all later. Thank y'all so much. And